The final resting place of Jed Ma'atasank, buried along the west bank of the Nile over 2,800 years ago. Now, over here...
Thank you so much for accompanying me. Thomas is playing golf with City Council.
Golf? I've been told the Chief Constable abhors the game.
Oh, he does. But it's better to be on the inner circle of the council than to be on the outside looking in. Look, that's Mr. Oliphant. He's Broadway producer, and that's Rosemary Kirby. She's the heiress to the Cyclone Carpet Sweeper fortune. It's a marvelous device.
Mechanical gadgets are a slippery slope, Mrs. Brackenreed. First, the machines work for us, but soon we'll be serving the machines, if we're not already.
What are you on about?
Well, take the telephone. We sit by it, wait for it, we rush to it when it calls. Are we not slaves to its power? Are we not shackled?
Is outgrowing its modest confines. That is why I have secured promises from the governments of Ontario, Canada, and Great Britain to establish a new home for Canada's finest artifacts. Soon, crowds from across the country will flock to see world-class exhibits of archaeology, geology, mineralogy, paleontology, and zoology all under one roof.
Oh my, what a wonderful fur.
Well, I wouldn't touch that. Who knows what manner of mites call it home.
But we need your help. This weekend, we are hosting a fundraiser. Thank you to Mrs. Margaret Brackenreed and the Ladies Auxiliary for planning the gala.
Thank you.
As our most distinguished patrons, we offer you the first opportunity to be a part of the finest institution in Canada, the Royal Ontario Museum.
And what do you have in store beyond the current collection?
All manner of artifacts. But our newest and greatest treasure surely is the Star of Mandalay, the largest ruby in the world.
Oh my, can we see it?
It will be delivered later today, but it shall not be unveiled until the gala. Now, I've one last wonder to show you, if you will follow me. This is the Burglar Annunciator, a state-of-the-art silent alarm.
If a sensor is tripped at the museum, an automated call will be placed to the constabulary advising us of the break-in and of its precise point of ingress. This telephone will then ring, and this light will blink red, and the thief will be none the wiser.
Had this existed when I was working in New York, some of the biggest bank robberies in history might have been foiled.
Nothing before its time, Inspector.
Interviewed the guard. He's still a bit woozy.
Did he get a look at the intruder?
Unfortunately not.
Well, we've confirmed that the Annunciator was fully functional at the station house. And what's more, the intruder had the combination to the vault.
A curious conundrum.
We'll have to check all of the sensors here to ensure that they're working properly.
The Star of Mandalay, it was supposed to be right here in the vault, and now it's gone. This is an indelible stain upon my reputation.
Mr. Cheney! There's no need to worry. An error in transit forms delayed the delivery of the ruby. It will be arriving later today.
Thank God for small miracles.
Who might you be?
Dr. Elise Tremblay. This is my department.
Detective William Murdoch, Toronto Constabulary, Detective Watts.
So, has anything been stolen?
I don't believe so.
I'll check with the other departments.
Perhaps you could show us where the intruder entered the building.
Only a Philistine would attempt a theft such as this.
A very clever Philistine. The intruder used a diamond-tipped glass cutter. What's more, this window is the closest to the junction box of the system's electrical circuit.
Meaning?
Meaning the intruder knew precisely where to enter the building in order to turn off the alarm the fastest.
Who would have access to that information?
The only copy of the Annunciator's schematics are here with the university.
Oh, my stars.
Then the thief must be someone working at the university. It's an inside job. Marx wrote extensively about this, replacing workers with machines.
The revolution comes in many forms.
And then one day, there'll be no need for us.
Let it rest, Detective. The museum founders have been calling all day, and I'm beginning to develop a migraine headache, and you are not helping.
Sir, the Annunciator works as intended. The perpetrator disabled the alarm at the junction box.
How could he have managed that?
Mr. Cheney has a copy of the Annunciator's schematics in his office.
Do you think he is involved?
Apparently, they were not kept under lock and key as I instructed. So whoever is responsible had intimate knowledge of the Annunciator's system.
Sounds like an inside job.
Well, sir, Mr. Cheney is still speaking with other members of departments, but apparently nothing's been stolen.
The crook went through all the trouble of breaking in, but left empty-handed. I find that hard to believe.
Perhaps the ruby was the only intended target. It was scheduled to arrive yesterday, but then was delayed.
The ruby?
The Star of Mandalay, a very large Burmese ruby on loan from the Crown.
Detective, I want you and a small team of constables to oversee the delivery of the ruby and ensure its safety ahead of the gala.
Yes, sir.
There. Headache averted. You yourself have said treasure hunters are thieves. The British separated this jewel from its country of origin, and now they house it in a vault to prevent others from separating it from them. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
I really don't think that it's irony. However it arrived here, it is nevertheless our duty to ensure it does not get stolen. You're certain that the combination has been changed?
Sir, if it were to be stolen, exactly how much would a ruby like this be worth?
Oh, the Star of Mandalay, a one-of-a-kind gem on loan from the British Crown. Priceless.
Explains why we're getting overtime.
I don't believe overtime pay is involved.
You see, now, that might be irony.
Just can't shake the feeling that we're being watched by someone.
We've made the necessary repairs to the Annunciator, and all university personnel have been escorted out of the building. Who could be watching us?
We'll never ignore a gut feeling, sir.
Might be an idea from time to time, Henry.
Right. Detective Watts and I will check all of the other rooms to ensure the system is working properly. You keep an eye out. Oh, and Henry.
Yes, sir?
Don't touch anything.
Yes, sir. Hello there. Oh, yes.
The break-in may have a simpler solution than we realized, Detective.
Is that so?
The British invaded Burma in 1885 and deposed the king. Things grew frosty between the nations after British dignitaries refused to remove their shoes in the presence of the monarch.
What else?
king, his pregnant wife, and children had mere hours to escape the palace, taking only what they could carry in their arms.
What? You seem well versed in all of this.
Well, I had dinner with Leopold Hudson when he was last in town. He knows Cheney from a dig in Egypt, which brings me to my theory as to the identity of our thief. Have we considered the king's descendants? Perhaps a disgruntled heir is looking to right this wrong?
Watts? Take a look at this.
When I was here yesterday with Mrs. Brackenreed, this pelt was on display in the Great Hall.
It appears to have been rolled up and fashioned into a sleeping pillow of some sort.
Professors do tend to work long hours.
Is anyone there?
Is it possible there's a draft?
With all of the exterior windows and doors locked, I think not. Henry! Someone has locked us in.
If someone has broken in, the constabulary must have been alerted by the Annunciator. They should be here soon. That works too.
Henry, what's all the smoke coming from?
Sir, I was patrolling the hall, minding my own business. Touching nothing, sir, as ordered, when smoke started billowing out of the sarcophagus, and then a mummy came to life.
Mummy came to life?
Yes, that's what I said.
Henry, it's impossible.
Well, someone was in there.
It's a homemade smoke bomb. Potassium nitrate and sugar. It wasn't a mummy that you saw, Henry. The thief was hiding inside the sarcophagus. The vault doesn't appear to have been breached.
Is that...
Yes, it is. The thief was going to blow the vault open.
I don't see any sign of him.
At least you didn't get the ruby, sir.
Right. But we didn't get him either. The explosive was made using a solution called nitrostarch. It would be more than enough to crack the seal.
If our man is this insistent on stealing a ruby of such renown, he must already have a fence lined up. I'll put in some calls to New York City.
Good point. I'll have constables look into known fences here in Toronto.
What happened to your hand?
It's a bruise I got in my fight with the mummy last night.
It doesn't look like any bruise I've seen.
Detective? Constable?
Miss Hart, could you take a look at Henry's hand?
I could, but I'm no doctor.
If he were dead, you'd be able to figure out what it is?
I can't be completely sure, but it looks like contact dermatitis.
Is it contagious?
To properly help, I'll need to know what caused it. Have you been in contact with anything unusual lately?
We've looked into known fences in the area. Nobody fits the bill. But the Hamilton Constabulary has questioned one woman regarding a number of armed robberies. Sirs?
Thank you, Roberts.
Very good, thank you.
Little Wolfie Mandelbaum, pickpocket extraordinaire, daughter of Mar Mandelbaum, notorious New York fence and bank heist financier.
You know these women?
I've arrested everyone in the family twice in every borough. I'd say so, yes.
The daughter doesn't appear to have any official arrests here in Canada. Is it possible she's cleaned up her act?
Not likely. Let's bring her in.
Wolfie Mandelbaum.
Detective William Murdoch.
Charmed. Albert, all this time apart, and this is how you call after me.
It's been 15 years, and it's Inspector Choi to you. Detective?
We're investigating the attempted theft of the world's largest ruby, the Star of Mandalay.
Sounds like quite the undertaking. How exactly do I fit into this?
We have reason to believe that you are involved.
Albert, really? What is this? I thought you believed in the rehabilitative nature of the New York State prison system. Can't a person change?
Miss Mandelbaum, we know that someone of your stature would at the very least have knowledge of the break-in. So if you weren't directly involved, it would behoove you to help us.
I own and operate a humble fruit market. I'm afraid I no longer associate with that sort.
Is that so?
Our constables have done some digging, and while your record in Canada may be spotless, my informant tells me you're running a crook college of sorts.
Apparently, you are training and financing a female crew of pickpockets, confidence women, and con artists.
Hearsay and slander. It'll never hold up in court.
Wolfie Mandelbaum, you'll tell us what you know right now, or I'll sit you in a cell so quickly you'll pass yourself going.
Nothing comes free in this world. If I were to tell you what I've heard, naturally, I would need something in return.
What might that be?
I hear there's a gala occurring at the university. Everybody who's anybody will be attending.
Absolutely not.
Don't behave like that. I'm a pussycat. Just a sucker for these kinds of affairs.
So, she may be our best chance at catching the thief.
Fine. But you won't leave my side.
Splendid. Now, I don't know for certain, but I hear tell the Panther has set up shop at a warehouse on Richmond, off Spadina.
The Panther. The master thief. I heard he was dead.
Oh, that's because coppers like you are meant to think that. Makes it easier for a body to move around unfettered.
How can we trust that you aren't the fence?
A long life in crimes is measured in small steps, not spectacular leaps. The juice simply isn't worth a squeeze, Detective. Albert, you can pick me up for the gala at 5. Try not to be tardy. I hate to be kept waiting. Ciao.
Albert. It would appear this Panther fellow has moved on already. He's been using this space to practice breaking into the university. After you. Very good. Photographs of the university. Even the vault.
A copy of the schematics for the Annunciator.
Oh, sir.
A rental agreement for the building.
Take a look at the name of the lessee.
Mr. Cheney, Doctor, Inspector Albert Choi, Toronto Constabulary.
And what is this about?
Dr. Tremblay, perhaps you should come down to the station house and explain a few things.
You're working with the Panther.
No, I'm not. I swear. I only rented the warehouse and provided the combination to the vault.
And the schematics for the burglar annunciator?
Yes, I provided him with those as well. But that's all I did.
Who is he?
I've never met him. He hasn't even called on the telephone. I dealt with him only through correspondence.
And through correspondence, you decided to aid and abet a master thief? Why? For money?
No, I told you I'm not his partner.
Then why?
I'm not some mastermind. I'm an imposter. Merely a scientist who lied about her credentials.
Which credentials?
I never received a PhD from Laval. In fact, I was never officially enrolled there.
Did Mr. Cheney not assess your references?
That's just it. I did everything required of a PhD under the guidance of my mentor, Dr. Simard. But the university's policies wouldn't admit me officially. Dr. Simard lied to Mr. Cheney for my benefit. Somehow the Panther discovered this and used the information to blackmail me.
You would have lost your job at the university.
Not only me. Dr. Simard would surely lose his career as well. After all he's done for me, I couldn't let that happen.
So you chose to help a master thief to steal the ruby?
Initially, but I couldn't go through with it. I delayed the delivery in hopes it would scuttle his plan. It worked.
Even if what you say is true, Dr. Tremblay, you only succeeded in delaying his scheme. The Panther will not give up so easily.
So, what did you come in contact with that night?
I noticed that the horse statue looked like it might fall over, and I righted it. I found a bit of a smudge on one of the suits of armor, so I gave it a bit of a cleaning, and...
And?
I danced with the bear. But the sarcophagus, that's where he was hiding. I had to touch that.
Let's start there.
Police, crime scene, evidence.
Interesting.
What is it?
It's impossible to tell. It's certainly some sort of ancient grime. I wouldn't want to touch it. I'll need to look at it under a microscope. But we can't take scrapings from these antiquities.
Why not? All this is stolen anyway. We should have no qualms about reappropriating some scrapings in the name of medicine.
They might not like it.
Oh, they won't see a thing. Gentlemen, lady, query. That comely coquette Cleopatra, are the scholars certain she secreted herself in a sack to seduce Caesar?
Sir, I had constables keep an eye on Miss Tremblay's mailbox in case the Panther tried to connect with her.
No return address. It is time for us to meet face to face. 9 p.m., Windsor Hotel, room 303. I take it that's a Panther's signature. If he's written to her, then he doesn't know we've arrested her. We're one step ahead.
Perhaps.
You want me to do what?
You'll be taking on the persona of Dr. Elise Tremblay, a mineralogist at the University of Toronto.
And meeting with Panther.
The jewel thief?
Yes.
In order to...
Find out how he intends to steal the ruby.
Well, why don't you just wait for him to show up and arrest him then?
We don't have enough evidence to convict him of anything.
All we have is the real Tremblay's word, and she's never laid eyes on him.
We need to find out what he's thinking so we can lay a trap.
Do I even look anything like this woman?
Well, the Panther's never actually seen her.
Then why me? Oh, it's because I'm a woman. Is that it?
We need you because the Panther is the most brilliant mastermind thief in the world. And we need someone to trick him into revealing his plan. And you are the only person that is clever enough to pull it off.
Good answer.
So, gentlemen, I believe we found our culprit. Fungal spores.
Fungus? Ugh.
Contagious?
Presumably.
All right, well, what's the cure? Hurry up. This rash is killing me.
Well, this fungus is only found on the corpses of humanity's vilest souls.
What?
Some believe the supposed curses of ancient Egypt are, in fact, the slowly developing effects of this fungus, which infects all who dare to disturb antiquity with a fate worse than death.
There's no way. That can't be true.
No, I've read about this, Henry. Whether or not it is truly a curse, there is undoubtedly a fungus found exclusively in ancient tombs. It infects first the blood, then the brain. Like a parasite, it wipes out one's consciousness and turns a man into a soulless automaton, groaning in endless pain.
What's funny about that?
Oh, Constable Higgins. Mix some of this copper sulfate with soap and water. You'll be fine in a few days.
Henry!
Dr. Tremblay, we meet at last.
Mr. Panther. Oh, I'm surprised at the warm reception. I am, after all, an unwilling participant in your endeavor.
I did not realize I was blackmailing a woman of such beauty.
Well, I suppose people are not always who they seem.
Meaning what?
Only that we all contain surprises.
Right. Perhaps we should get down to business. The gala. Is it going ahead as planned?
As far as I know, yes.
And the ruby will be put on display?
So you're still planning to steal it?
Of course.
At the gala? But that's impossible.
Nothing is impossible. Will the ruby be on display all night, or will it be unveiled at a specific point during the proceedings?
They plan to deliver it to the Great Hall at 7:30 p.m. after the introductory remarks.
Security?
What of it?
What additional measures are in place?
I haven't a clue. After your last attempt, they're keeping their plan a secret. The ruby will be under constant guard. There will be 100 eyes on the Star of Mandalay in the Great Hall at every moment.
Oh, that won't be a problem.
Why not? Now, you can tell me your little plan. Don't leave me out in the cold like this.
I thought you were an unwilling participant.
Well, you've fanned the flames of my darker nature. Now I'm left to sit here burning with desire.
I had no idea you were so wicked.
Nor did I. Didn't know being a part of a criminal enterprise could be so thrilling.
Some take to such iniquity with ease.
How does it feel to take something you know you shouldn't?
It is a sensation without equal.
Well, then let me take it. Let me be the one to hold it and feel it and deliver it to ecstatic freedom.
Naughty, naughty. But that is my task and mine alone.
Well, you'll never succeed with so many people watching at the unveiling.
It will be in my possession before it ever makes it to the hall.
Then you plan to crack the safe, do you?
No, that won't be necessary. That which I desire will be mine. Doctor, please. You can share in its glory after I've stolen it.
Then our glory will have to wait as well. Goodbye.
He intends to steal it while it's in transit.
From the vault to the gala.
He all but confirmed as much.
Excellent work. From the vault to the Great Hall. This is the most direct route along the South Corridor and in.
The kitchen gives access to the South Corridor.
We could hide in there and emerge into the corridor to steal the ruby.
Except that the kitchen will be in use for the gala.
Ah, yes. Mrs. Brackenreed and the Ladies' Auxiliary Committee will be preparing a Scandinavian buffet.
Oh, at their last function, they had crab legs.
He'll have to use a disguise as to not arouse suspicion. A chef or a waiter.
What if we send the Star of Mandalay the long way? Along the length of the building here and down the North Corridor and in.
That makes the path much longer. More opportunities to interrupt its journey.
Yes, but he doesn't need to know about it. We'll create a second fake ruby procession that will go along the original direct route.
And lure him to steal it.
Allowing us to nab the Panther red-handed without him being anywhere near the ruby.
Excellent. One good scheme deserves another.
Scandinavian buffet.
Welcome, one and all. Thanks to your generosity, in only a few short years, our world-class establishment will be open to the public. This museum will be the jewel of Canada for decades, centuries. And speaking of jewels, very soon you will be treated to a viewing of the world's largest ruby, the Star of Mandalay. To the Royal Ontario Museum.
The guest then refills his or her plate with the delight of his or her choosing.
I have to serve myself.
Oh, yes, but you are permitted to help yourself as much or as little as you like.
And it's all cold?
Well, it's the Swedish tradition.
I've heard of this. There's a restaurant in New York City. They call it a smörgåsbord.
A what?
Smörgåsbord.
All right, and if anybody sneezes? Because it is one thing if it is on your own dinner, but it is quite another if it's on everybody else's.
What you need, right, is a piece of glass all along here.
Yes. Indeed, we should do that. It's quite smart. Right.
Cheney has been appraised of the plan. The decoy will be on the move shortly.
I still haven't seen the Panther.
He'll show himself. Excuse me.
Oh, my, you have a firm hand, Albert.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm just having fun.
Put it back.
I was just doing it to tease you. If I wanted to pick someone's pocket, do you really think I'll let you notice?
Don't try that again.
Or what?
It's not gossip. It's the truth. She does all her own stunts. I read it in the Sentinel.
Well, as her close and personal friend, I can tell you that Ruth Newsom is a true heroine.
You know her. There he is.
Dressed as a waiter, just as we thought.
It appears our trap is going to work.
Let's hope so.
If you'll excuse me. What are you doing? How many times have I told you that you can't leave a tray for the guests to see? And you haven't filled the herring. The key to a successful smorgasbord is drunk.
If he doesn't go for the ruby now, our entire plan will be for naught.
I've got it. Mrs. Brackenreed.
What?
Apologies, but a guest is inquiring into obtaining your services for a luxury cruise.
Oh.
Quebec City to the Cape.
Oh. Oh, wow, Cape Cod, how wonderful. When does it depart?
There's no cruise. I'll explain later.
All right, well, that waiter, he looks familiar.
It's the uniform Thoreau warned us of enterprises that require a change of clothes. Conformity crushes the individual.
Indeed.
Let's go.
Just give it.
I've always wondered what happened to the dinosaurs.
What do you mean?
They were huge, fearsome creatures. Why did they die out?
Maybe they didn't.
Then where have they been for the last 60 million years?
Well, there are some in Alberta, aren't there?
No, I don't think there are.
How did you know? There's no way that people could have checked everywhere. I've never even been to Toronto Island.
Well, I've never been to the moon either, but I'm certain there's no dinosaur bones there.
Well, now you're just being ridiculous.
Not being ridiculous.
He went for it.
Going somewhere?
Well done. That is a relief indeed.
He refuses to say anything, but given that we caught him with the decoy in hand, I'd say we have a pretty strong case.
More importantly, it's safe to bring out the real McCoy.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Everything all right?
I don't know.
If you're feeling that it was all a tad too easy, I share the sentiment.
Job well done. Shall we toast?
Yes. Roberts, did you see that man?
What is it?
He has the same rash that I had. How could he have...
Oh my God. The panther was in the sarcophagus.
But that could mean...
Thank you.
There you have it. There's no rash on his hands.
And?
The panther was inside of the sarcophagus, but I just saw a man in the crowd who has the same rash that I've got.
So this isn't the panther then?
Let's try to find that other man.
What's this then? Why aren't you refilling the trays?
We're suddenly unsure whether or not we have the correct culprit.
Culprit? He's a waiter. He's... No. Are you an actor? Yes, you are.
An actor?
Yes, Thomas and I saw him on stage last week. He did a play with John. Kenneth Sanborn, isn't it? Oh, you are quite good.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So you really are an actor then?
Yes. I thought this was all a performance.
What do you mean a performance?
I was told it was all part of a show for the crowd. Entertainment in the town square, as it were.
Who told you this?
Mr. Pantera. He promised to help my career.
Pantera is Italian for panther.
He's one step ahead of us again. Oh no. The ruby's missing.
Sir, we need to lock all of the doors now. It may not have left the building just yet.
But these men need medical attention.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, attention! Attention, please!
What are you doing?
We need to lock the doors. The ruby's missing.
Have the waiters lock the doors. Don't let anyone leave. Just don't create a scene, please.
Right.
We don't know precisely how much time passed between when the guards were attacked and when they were found.
No more than 2 or 3 minutes, but I suppose we could have been out the door in 1.
Possibly, but the ushers claim no one left the building in the moments prior to the commotion.
So it may still be in the building.
Certainly a possibility.
Sir, I found someone.
What's going on now? Who's this?
I believe this is one of the guards.
Guards? Which guard?
The one guarding the ruby.
Then who was taken out to the ambulance?
This isn't the hospital.
No. This is station house number 4. And you're under arrest.
What? How did you know?
It would seem that we were both cursed.
Take him to the cells, Henry.
Oh, but first, the Star of Mandalay has a date with the Royal Ontario Museum.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Star of Mandalay. Thank you, Inspector. You have saved the Royal Ontario Museum.
Did the guests really not notice anything was amiss?
Rumors were swirling that a heist was narrowly averted, but it seems to have done nothing to hinder donations.
Toronto does love a little scandal.
Indeed. And madam, the Smears Go board was magnificent.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think my husband's not here.
Harrison Oliphant, the king of thieves. You not only attempted the robbery of the century, you managed to drag 2 innocent people into your scheme, Mr. Sanborn and Dr. Tremblay.
A good thief uses the tools made available to him.
Those are people you were talking about, people whose lives you've irreparably altered.
Are you even a Broadway producer?
Any dope can throw a dime or an idea at a play and call himself a producer. No, I'm a thief, an aging one at that. With the advent of your security system, it felt like the perfect time to hit one last score and retire for good.
Well, it's no cabin on the water, but I do hear wonderful things about the Kingston Pen this time of year. Detective?
Dr. Tremblay.
Thank you for saving the ruby, Detective. I apologize for my part in this terrible scheme.
I realize you felt as though you had no other option, but I can't guarantee you won't be facing charges on this matter.
I understand.
What will you do now, if your time at the university does come to an end?
I don't know, but I think I'll feel better without any secrets.
Indeed. All the best to you. Job well done, sir.
Yes, but running back and forth through the university has me ready for bed like never before.
Is something missing?
My key to my room. Have I misplaced it or... Excuse me.
I told you wouldn't notice if I actually wanted to pick someone's pocket.
You're quite a devil, aren't you?
You got your man, Inspector. Now it's time for you to get your woman.
Try who right if we have the summer sun. Boys and go hit all the sun. My heart confronted between the spread our feet in the air. My eye I feel without care. The melody is love. The world to return. Thank you for the dream we share. Our
What's going on now? Who's this?
I believe this is one of the guards.
Guards? Which guard?
The one guarding the ruby.
Then who was taken out to the ambulance?
This isn't the hospital.
The century, you managed to drag two innocent people into your scheme, Mr. Sanborn and Dr. Tremblay.
A good thief uses the tools made available to him.
Those are people you were talking about, people whose lives you've irreparably altered.
Are you even a Broadway producer?
Any dope can throw a dime or an idea at a play and call himself a producer. No, I'm a thief, an aging one at that. With the advent of your security system, it felt like the perfect time to hit one last score and retire for good.
Well, it's no cabin on the water, but I do hear wonderful things about the Kingston Pen this time of year. Detective?
Dr. Tremblay?
Thank you for saving the ruby, Detective. I apologize for my part in this terrible scheme.
I realize you felt as though you had no other option, but I can't guarantee you won't be facing charges on this matter.
I understand.
What will you do now, if your time at the university does come to an end?
I don't know, but I think I'll feel better without any secrets.
Indeed. All the best to you. Job well done, sir.
Yes, but running back and forth through the university has me ready for bed like never before.
Is something missing?
My key to my room. Have I misplaced it or... Excuse me.
I told you you wouldn't notice if I actually wanted to pick someone's pocket.
You're quite a devil, aren't you?
You got your man, Inspector. Now it's time for you to get your woman.